Hello, hello, Alavera. Hello there. I am an alien from the outer ground. Nice to meet you. I shall take over stream. Good, Jen. We're live now. Okay? Alright. ちょっと待って。OBS どこ? Oh no, Uhtred, what is it? My baby, you need toilet emergency. Oh no, we shall call for backup. Alright, okay. ちょっと待って。Soseki needs a drink, he's too stressed. Oh hell yeah. He needs some laxatives too. Alright. OBS、どこです。ここです。はい。Alright, good evening! Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. Konbanwa! My name is Anzu, and I am an apricot that delivers packages from me to you. And today's package delivery is... Tanggray sa Tony Chronicles. Hi. Soseki-san no kesu. Buenas. Hi. Buenas. Buena. Bueno. Wait, bueno is the chocolate, right? Kinder bueno? Choco. I want chocolate. Give me chocolate. Chocolate. Hi. So, just to take note, maybe sometimes I might talk too soft or too loud. I honestly cannot really hear myself properly. My headphones seem to be slightly broken. Hi. Alright. Thankfully, the microphone is a whole different hardware, so it's fine. Hi. So we're going to continue episode 2 of Great Ace Attorney 2, the Memoir of the Clouded Kokoro. Oh yeah. You're hungry? You want me to feed you? ちょっと待って. I used to have a hand gesture for feeding. I don't know if I still have it. これですか? No, that's my blanket. これですか? No, that's the little apricot on my shoulder. Oh no, this is... Oh, it became poking. Poke. I used to have a hand that shows like open wide. Like, Oh, I know. I have an idea. Let's see, where's OBS? So, time to feed my chato. My chato hungry. Hungry is country. Yes? Yes. I believe it is a country. Yes. Oh no, I think I lost it. All I have is the injection. Do you guys want to have an injection? I'm not licensed to, but do you want an injection from a Vtuber? It will only hurt for a moment. Yeah, just a moment. Don't worry, be happy. Hello there, Mima. I'm not a peach. I'm not a peachy. I am apricot. Apricot. Say it with me. Apricot. Hungary is a country and Turkey. Yes, there is Turkey. Turkey. I wonder how many countries are named after food. Food. Wow, I can't find it anymore. I think I erased it. Hi, maybe later. My brain said no. So, we'll just continue with the game. Tan tam pam 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 pom 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 pom. Let's rename all the countries after food. Oh, that's not a bad idea. Audio is good. Yay. Ne TPG, open wide. Say ah. Minasan, say ah. Let me shove this big chocolate bar in all your faces. Alright, so we're going to be investigating the apartment area. And I think we're going to visit Soseki-san again in the jail. Maybe. 何かな? Oh look, it's a snowman! Why has somebody built this snowman on some sort of pedestal, do you think? That's not a pedestal, Mr. Naruhodo. That's part of the snowman's body. Really? But it already has a perfectly good body. Well, it's true that British snowmen are usually made with 2 balls of snow. Perhaps this is a foreigner. And now we're looking at him as if he's strange. Poor man. I know how he feels. If anything, it's Japanese and British 2-ball snowmen that are the strange one. Isn't it? After all, real people do have 3 sections: a head, torso, and legs. Do you ever think that perhaps you think about things too much, Susato-san? I feel like this snowman would either be as tall as me, or maybe I'm slightly taller in real life. How many balls are your snowmans? I don't know, dude. We don't got snow in the Philippines. I've only ever experienced a drizzling snow weather when I was in Japan before. But we got no snow here. We have sandcastle. I like making sandcastles with a big moat. Yeah. I think that's about all the things we can look here. Okay, let's go back. Maybe we have to move to a different area. Prison! To chill with the whole chat. 21st February, local prison, cell 9. But no one here. No one's here. I guess we're not supposed to be here yet. 何かな? Maybe I'm missing something in Briar Road? Or maybe let's go back to Garidev's room. Maybe I missed something. Mr. Crescent Moon. I think I got everything. Oh, books. I think. Maybe. Oh, a copy of Rand's magazine. Hello there, John. Here's Johnny. The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes is being read all over London. Isn't it wonderful? Naturally, one asks oneself if such a singular detective could really exist. But having met the chap, it's undeniable. He's most certainly singular. Singularly dangerous. That's genuine public opinion for you, Mrs. Sato. Perhaps it should be reflected in the stories? Make no mistake, Mr. Naruhodo. I intend to snuff out the sort of public opinion we just heard, personally. I'm starting to see where Mr. Sholmes' untainted reputation comes from now. It's the fangirls. It's the fangirls that have been defending him. Damn, no wonder he's immune. It's the fangirls. We got to observe everything here. 何かな? This is complete as well. Let's move! Balls everywhere, not a drop to drink. Nani? Why would you drink with the balls? Are they like the ice cubes shaped like a ball? I've seen them on videos when people make drinks. Kinda cool. Never experienced seeing a circular ice ball before. Oh, this one. London's blanketed in fog again today, and the sky is covered in cloud. But if you look carefully in the distance, you can just make out the crystal tower being built. Oh, that one. Ah, the crystal tower, yes. The centerpiece of the great exhibition that's to open in 6 months' time. It varies? Really? Oh, I just know the square ice cubes. And those deformed looking ones. Everyone's talking about the Great Exhibition of London at the moment, it seems. Well, it's to be the largest event of its kind anywhere in the world, with technology and scientists from all over. I can't wait for it myself! Do you think visiting students from the Far East like us will be granted entry? Oh yes, please. Say yes to foreigner. The last great exhibition that was held in London had more than 6 million visitors, it seems. And this time, the British are determined to make it an even bigger success to outdo the Paris Exposition. I see. That's an incredible number of people. And with so many people expected to attend, we should easily be able to slip in unnoticed. There's always the honest approach or buying tickets at the main entrance, Mr. Naruhodo. Wow. But what if there's no more ticket? So we sneak like a ninja. Yes. Yes. Round ice cube. I tried not to say it because it sounds so weird. A round ice cube. The Garandem household and Mr. Natsume's lodgings are in a prominent position there on the corner. Sometimes when I look at the building, I can't help feel that it's a bit of a slant. It does rather look as though it would collapse in even the smallest earthquake, doesn't it? And isn't it supposed to be haunted as well? I think I might have a hunch as to why Soseki-san has such a hunchback. If you don't make snowmen out of dodecahedrons somehow. I want to see a square snowman. Let's make a square snowman. Then we'll make triangle snowman. And then we'll have polygons everywhere. Yeah, bye. Nande. Are you discriminating the square and the triangle? What? Discrimination. Just joking. When Shazam can't find that one good song. Oh, sadness. Shazam has failed you. Now you have to go to Alakazam. If it fails you too, then you have to go for Sis Bomba. And if that fails, then it's the end of the world. I don't think there's anything left here. Nani kono? ちょっと待って. Yeah, there's nothing left. I'm confused. Where are we supposed to go? Are we gonna go back to Mrs. Green? Drunk or died? なんで? これは何? There are lots of bottles in the cabinet, aren't there? Do you think it's safe to keep them like that? If you were a patient here, I feel sure you'd take some medicine by mistake when you were half asleep. That's a worry. But at least the cabinet has a lock, even if it's only a flimsy-looking one. Oh, I've no doubt you'd managed to unlock that somehow while you were half asleep as well. There are limits, even to what I can do when I'm half asleep, you know, Mr. Sato. Why? Oh, it's the Michelin tire. Michelin. I don't know how to pronounce. Michelin. Miche. Micha Micha. Mich Miche. That's a cute nickname for it. Micha Miche. I'm not confused. Where are we supposed to go? Nani kana? Well, we have the bar of soap. Time to clean you guys up. Now take your clothes. And then go rinse. I will soap everybody because you're also bad. Well, we have these things. Nearby street too. Oh, it's the same exact map as before. Yeah. He's still not here though. Where do you he's Shinda? No. If he died, then we'll have no client. Inani ka na? Huh, maybe we have to present something to Mr. Garida. He's the only dude around. Photo recordo. Maybe he knows this? Perhaps. I don't know. But we can't present things to him. 何かな? Mr. Garida, could I show you this? Been quite a couple of days, as you can imagine. I'm afraid I'm rather tired. Haven't really got the energy in the old eyeballs, to be honest with you. Some other time then. Maybe the envelope instead? It's not the one. Suspicious bubble? There are no suspicious bubbles. Nani kana? Unless there's something you're not telling me. What is this mysterious bubble? Maybe we can show the map. Maybe he'll tell us where the other place is. Dun, 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 dun. Oh no, it's the same. So I guess we're done with him. Oh no, maybe we're supposed to go back to my office. That's the only place we haven't gone to. Or Shom Suite. Yeah, there's that too. Maybe we can talk to Iris. February 21. Shom Suite. Examination. It's the thingamabob, the telescope thing. This enormous machine takes up the entire desk, doesn't it? It's really very imposing. Oh, buddy. One of my stuff fell down. Go on. Hurley's great analytoscope, yes. It can analyze anything at all, you know? But I've never seen anyone actually using it. Well, it's his invention, so I don't know how to operate it. Why don't you get it to analyze its own operation? What? Operation then. My webcam is blocking the word then. Oh, Bruno, you're razor sharp today, aren't you? Cutie patootie. This is Mr. Shom's famous violin. The one he found being sold for a song at a pawnbrokery. What's it called again? Shodi something? Oh yes, this wonderful instrument features in the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. It's a world-class famous Stradivarius. For those who actually don't know, it's an actual violin. Well, actually viola, I think. Anyway, it's very expensive. There's only a few made in the entire world. And it's also prone to a lot of fake ones. It's plaguing the music industry actually. Yeah. What? Stradivarius, Mr. Naruhodo. I think in Japanese maybe they would say Stradivarius. Maybe? Stragivore. Are you even trying now? We'll come back to this another time, I think.
Hi, Papa. Hello, Twin.
Alright. Okay, so maybe it is... Oh, Iris is so cute! Look at her working on her typewriter. Iris? She's typing. That's incredible concentration, that is. I find it quite remarkable how she can focus on so many different things at once. Perhaps I should try drinking more herbal tea.
The blend third from the right would be good for you, Runo.
Oh, Iris? This girl is destined for great things, I'm sure. She was able to, like, reply. Damn, her brain can cut the tasks, man. Okay. So, I guess we're not supposed to be here. I don't know. I am now confused. Where are we supposed to go? I have no idea now. Oh god. We haven't been to court yet, right? So what are we supposed to do now? Damn. Nani kana? What do you guys think? What should we do? What should we do? What should we do? Nani kana? Have you tried to panic? Yes. Look at all the quotes under each location real quick. Really? Am I that blind? The hospital bed in Bart's that's occupied by Miss Olive Green, who sustained a serious injury during the incident in Briar Road. First, stay calm. I'm panicking to stay calm. Sham Spear Room. The scene of the crime on the ground floor beneath Mr. Natsume's room, where the victim, Mr. Shamspeare, lives. The brightly colored outfits and makeshift stage look very incongruous. Susato's note. This is where poor Miss Green was struck down. What a relief that she's going to be alright. I feel we need to spend a little more time investigating here. Shamspeare's room? But I got everything. Nani kono? Eh? What could I be missing? Maybe the dead body? Oh, the poor man, so young to die. Do you suppose it was a very painful death, being poisoned as he was? I don't know. All we can do now is hope that he'll be reborn to a better life. Yes, I suppose you're right. I wonder. Do you think that putting our hands together in a Japanese prayer would help a British soul? Well, that's actually a good question. So we saw this before, I'll just skip it. If you pray... If you pray over someone in your own religion, but their religion is different, would it make a difference? The cup? Holy camole, you're right, we didn't press the cup. Huh? One of the teacups that Mr. Shamspeare and his guests drank from last night. But don't go drinking from them, Mr. Naruhodo. There's bitter poison inside. I'm not planning on drinking any, don't worry. Anyway, the cups are both empty. That's true. So one was Mr. Shamspeare and the other was... Must be the cup that Mr. Natsume was drinking from. But Soseki-san wasn't poisoned, of course. Perhaps we should take these so we can examine them in more detail later.
Parararang.
Oh, holy camoli, that was it?
Damn.
Looks like you're having a good snoop around, eh?
Yoshi-san.
Inspector Gregson, back so soon? After I threw that little Japanese fella in the clink, I went and reported this to the investigation division. In 5 minutes' time, this place will be cordoned off by the yard. Ah, I see. Well, we'd better be leaving then. Poor Mr. Natsume must be feeling very low, being back in the cell again so soon. I'm sure we should probably go and... Were there zombies back in the... Susato-san, turn around. What's wrong, Mr. Naruhodo? Turn around. Oh. Out! Out, brief candle! Life's but a walking shadow, a poor player. That struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and then is heard no more. To live or not to live? That is the question? Now how soundeth the next part? It's a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Indeed, oh happy day! Nani? Did he die again? Is he dead for real now? Walking Dead! Where's Carl? Carl! Shoot him! Double tap, my boy. Carl.
Oh, so did he die? I'm confused.
The fellow isn't dead at all. What was that nonsense he was saying, though? I think... Yes, it was from William Shakespeare's Macbeth. We said Macbeth. Huh, I said it again. If I suddenly disappear, you know why, chat, right? You do know the superstition, right? If you say that word and you're not on stage, I think. Was it? Or I think as long as you say that word, you're gonna die? Huh. Bring it on, Shakespeare. I'm gonna shake your world. I shall introduce you to Shuketh. A soliloquy from Act 5, Scene 5. Shakespeare?
Shakespeare.
What would be the opposite of Shakespeare? So if you don't shake it, it would be still. And then if it's a spear, what's the opposite of a spear? Sword? Is it? So still sword? His middle name must be Shuketh. William Shuketh Shakespeare. So it was that the victim, Mr. William Shakespeare, came back to life. If the man had indeed been poisoned, it transpired that it hadn't killed him. It would be a club? Oh. So, the opposite of William Shakespeare would be... I don't know if there's an opposite for William, but William Still Club. Whoa. That's not a bad gamer name, Still Club. He was taken by emergency carriage to a nearby hospital for treatment. and Inspector Gregson evicted us from the scene of the crime. Whatever that was now. 21st February, Brial Road. Hey, newspaper guy is being a snoop right there. Whatever do you think will happen now? Good question. What a strange situation for Mr. Natsume. Arrested for murder, but then the victim comes back to life. I think perhaps the victim was never dead in the first place. It seems very likely that Mr. Shamspear did consume poison, as we deduced. But was it an accident, attempted suicune, or attempted murder? Until the truth can be established, I imagine the police will keep Mr. Natsume in custody. I suppose so. Let's hope it doesn't come to anything more than a night in the cell. Oh, what's this? Who you? What's that man doing over there? Oh, hello, Robert. How are you? Welcome, welcome.
Long time no see.
He looks like he's trying to see into Soseki-san's lodgings.
He's a peeping Tom.
Is something wrong, Mr. Naruhodo? Excuse me, could we have a word? Oh. Wait. You saw his head? It was like those bubbly head toys that you put on the dashboard of a car. And was that a butt? Was that his butt? It looks like a bee. Wow. He just ran off. I feel sure that I've seen that man somewhere before. Where was it? I do too, but I don't remember. Well, we've done as much investigating here as we can, I think. Perhaps we ought to go to the prison and speak with Mr. Natsume again. A good idea.
To prison. To prison we will go. To prison we will go. Hi ho the chew. Oh, depressed.
21st February, local prison cell 9. Look, Mr. Naruhodo. Mr. Natsume, have the police finished questioning you now?
Lakem student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire.
Oh, yes?
What is he? Tell me. Is he a ghost? Is he here to haunt me?
Let me guess. You're talking about Mr. Sholmes? He actually calls himself a great detective, Mr. Natsume, not a ghost. But his diabolic deductions, they're not of this world. They've left me. Cursed. I'm cursed, I tell you. Well, that sort of hurts. Credit where credit is due, Mr. Naruhodo. You were heavily involved in the deduction too. Yes, moving on. We have some wonderful news. Oh? The victim that we all thought was dead has come back to life again. Ooh. Oh no. Why you like that? Hey? Now, in the absolutely worst case, you could only be tried for attempted murder. That's great, isn't it, Mr. Natsume?
It's terrible!
Oh! I'm stuck in this cell suffering for some silly wrong end of the stick. You did it, didn't you? Confess! You were a killer with a mustache!
Constant questions!
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Ah! That selfish sister!
Or is that shyster?
Make up your mind, are you dead or alive? If you were going to come back to life, why bother dying? Wickedly wishy-washy, William!
Well, it seems likely that Mr. Shamspeare was never actually dead in the first place. Yes, that might make sense. And I'm pleased that he's alive, of course. Our lively debate last night was much fun. It'd be sad to think it was our last. Oh! Oops. Well, what do you mean, oops? Soseki. Oi, Soseki. What do you mean, oops? Mr. Natsume, does this mean that you did see the victim last night? You met with Mr. Shamspeare, didn't you? Uh-oh, that doesn't bode well.
I'm not saying another word. I demand to have a lawyer present.
Who do you think I am? Please, Mr. Natsume, we need to hear your side of the story. Why am I cursed like this?
Well, well, well. How the tables have turned.
What do I used to say? How the turns have tabled.
Oh yeah.
Can you tell us exactly what happened last night then, Mr. Natsume?
There's nothing to tell.
But, Mr. Naruhodo Esquire, I'm eternally grateful to you for helping me with that accursed case yesterday. The case that saw poor Miss Green hospitalized after she ended up with a knife in her back. It's hard to believe that was only yesterday. After the trial was over, I trudged my weary way back to my lowly lodgings. And that evening, at past 9, it must have been, I visited Mr. Shamspeare. So you did go to the victim's room then? As we feared.
I didn't do anything wrong. I'd never been to his room before. It was the first time.
Then what made you decide to go? I bumped into him when I arrived back at the house. We got chatting and it developed into a discussion. But he had to go out, so I bade him farewell. That ties in with what Mr. Garidab said, that the victim went out and came back after 8. We met again later that evening, at around 9 or just after, when I took him some nice tea. Nice tea I'd brewed as a gift. So it was you who brought the tea that had clearly been drunk all the scene left. And I suppose you were discussing the works of Shakespeare, were you? That's right. That's exactly right. Romeo and Juliet! Who was the stronger? It was a delightful debate. I'm sure. Such a stimulating subject, Shakespeare! Hey guys, do you think, Romeo is stronger or is it Juliet? And the debate became very heated, so you slipped poison into Mr. Shamspeare's tea? No! Never! Not at all! Team Juliet won, that was me! And when I left his room, the flamboyant fellow was fighting fit, I swear it categorically. So he was alive. Mr. Natsume, you often say the same thing about yourself. I've noticed that you have a cursed existence. I'm sure I've mentioned this to you before, but I've been here in Great Britain for a year now, and in that time I've learned that it's no place for me. It can be very trying to live in a foreign land and adapt to the ways of another culture. There are foreigners everywhere I look, And they all stare at me. They all laugh. That's the impression I get whenever I go out. It makes me scared to leave my room. Which is why I've become a recluse. But even in my room, I find no respite from my fears. I've moved more times than I can remember. And then 1 week ago, I moved into Briar Road. But why? I mean, why did you choose that place? It doesn't seem very comfortable. Because the rent is cheap. I have so little money, it spoke to me. The rent? Obviously, there's a reason why it's cheap. Because the room is cursed. Cursed? How? The previous occupant, the man who lived there before I took the room, died there. Oh god, someone died in that room and you're living in it? Fascinating. Oh, hello, Exmoto. You think the priest is the strongest? Mine. Naisu. I think the strongest was a dog. I don't remember if there was a dog, but I believe in the power of dog. Cutie dogs. Oh no! He was only a young man, but one morning he was found dead and no one could explain why. Surely no one would want to live in a room with a history like that. I didn't. When the letting agent recommended the place, I wavered. But I want books! And books cost money! A horrible history is a small price to pay! When I realized it would mean I could buy more books, I signed the lease like lightning. Brave or blinkered. But after I moved in, I soon came to realize what I'd done. I realized how horrible that room's history really was. Gosh, was it really so awful? Ah, maybe he saw a dead person inside. Horrible history. One of my past lives has a horrible history. I had a dream where I was murdered. Yeah, in one of my past lives. Maybe I'll be able to see that flashback again. Who knows? How did the room's horrible history affect you, Mr. Natsume? What happened? At first, yeah, it was just a feeling. The feeling of beady eyes boring into my back, watching me. You think that might, just have been your mind playing tricks on you? No. My mind doesn't know any tricks. It was someone else. It's been one long nightmare ever since I was given the keys to the place. A nightmare? You've been having bad dreams, you mean? All the souls who died in that room lean over me in my sleep and just tried to strangle me. That is really horrible. And now, I come to think of it, it happened again last night too. The very same night that Mr. Shamspeare was writhing in agony from the poison in his body. I was on the verge of being suffocated silently by those miserable spirits in my room. You simply must move out of that room as soon as possible. Yes, you're right. I know it, and that's why. I'm already searching for the next room with a history to call home. I think perhaps you should try to avoid accommodation with any kind of history at all. Imagine going through those crazy couples' plan of dying together and helping them also being the one who received their insane confessions. Well, there is a term for it, right? Double suikun? Or like lover suikun? I think that's a term, yeah. There's also a Japanese term for it. There is one short story that is about it. I forgot the exact title, but I think it's just Lover Suikun. For those who don't know what I'm doing, I think I can't say the S word that means to off yourself, so I'm replacing it with Suikun here on YouTube. I don't know. But yeah, I think the couple jumps out to a bridge in olden Japan, and then I think their body is found at the bank of the river. And then I think an investigation happens, and it's an interesting story because the investigation gives you details wherein like, yeah, it's basically Sudoku. Suikun Sudoku, same banana. Basically the story gives you details about the couple, and then it seems like at a certain point it doesn't seem to be a double Suikun. So it's possible like the woman was planning to kill the guy, and then I think she Suikun with the dude out of guilt, I think. Or I think the guy was trying to get rid of the girl. It's very interesting. And I believe the story doesn't actually have a conclusion. So it leaves the reader to decide, was it a double Suikun, or was it a murder, or what? It's interesting. If I remember the exact title and if I find a copy, I'll let you know. Otherwise, I'm scared that you yourself may become history. Phew, Sasato-san knows how to make the man listen.
I am history. We were born to make history.
Of course. Mr. Lord of the Manor is worried about the curse on my room as well. You mean Mr. Garida? Yes. He knows that if people keep dying there, he'll never be able to rent it out again. Well, that's true. I, for one, wouldn't go near the place.
Ah! Perhaps that may explain why the landlord pays so much attention to the gas lamps and his tenants' movements.
You mean because he's worried about their well-being? He does seem to have an unusually keen interest in the amount of gas in the pipes. There must be a reason why he keeps such close tabs on the occupants of his let rooms. What do you mean he pays so much attention to the gas lamps? Oh dear. No, it's nothing to do with you, Mr. Natsume. Please forget I said anything. Oh, now you're talking about me behind my back as well. What's important is that Mr. Shamspear isn't in fact dead at all. Once he's come around and he's able to tell us what happened, we'll be able to get you released. Yes, please. Oh, I do hope you're right. Oh, who's this? Excuse me. Oh, it's Gregson.
It's Greggy.
Inspector Gregson. I wouldn't help overhear what you said. And on that note, I have some good news and some bad news. Oh. Which do you want to first? Always, every time, the bad news comes first. When hope is all you have, hold on to it. That's my guiding principle. And that's pretty cute. Why, well, in that case, the good news it is. What? Huh? Sorry, but it's just a lot easier to explain everything that way. Then why did you ask me my preference? As you might have heard, victim Mr. Shamspear was just unconscious. He's come round now. Yes, we saw it happen in all its terrifying glory. He's still being treated by our doctors, but we've managed to get a written statement from him already. Oh, isn't that wonderful, Mr. Natsume? Oh, thank goodness. It's all over then. I can leave this somber cell. Sorry, no, that's not on the cards. Oh no. Oh no, I know where this is going. Yep, I don't like where this is going to, chat. What? Why ever not, Inspector? Why ever not, Inspector?
Mr. Shakespeare has implicated someone as being responsible for what happened last night. Implicated someone? Oh dear. You don't mean... I'm sorry to say I do, yes. He's pointed the finger at you, Mr. Natsume. Ah! By sweet poison did he seeketh to end my life. That wicked caitiff, Soseki Natsume. No! So I'm afraid you'll be appearing in court as planned. You'll be wanted to make the necessary preparations. No! And so once again, Soseki-san found himself having to take the dock at the Old Bailey. Whether his room was haunted or whether he was just terribly unlucky, I knew I had no choice. The following day, I would represent him in court and do my utmost to break the curse that blighted him. Most likely it's going to be attempted murder since, well, technically he didn't die. Alright. Okay. Let's continue! 続きますよ。
Dun dun. Bum 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 bum.
All of you guys in chat will appear in court too, you know? Because you're all implicated for treachery, for mutiny, for traitors, for calling me a peach. By the way, Ate Anzu, since it's already October, horror doko? Horror?
Well,
I have an idea for that.
Wow, wow, wow. Hello, Skirmoo.
How are you, Skillmoo? Alright. For the horror thing, I'm trying to come up with something, but probably we might have a watch along in the Discord server. I'll probably be watching with you guys some of my favorite horror movies, I guess, or some recommendations. So if you're not in our Discord server yet, feel free to join.
Hi. Just enter exclamation point Discord.
I don't really post the Discord link publicly to avoid like bots from getting in or like not so good people. So the only time you can really see it is in the chat when I'm live. So at least we can somehow track who's been around, you know?
There's a lot of bad people out there.
Mm-hmm. You're taking business law first level, so you're basically a lawyer. You're gonna defend yourself, TPG. Wow, すごい.
Oh, that's good, Skillmo. You're better.
Yeah? The Old Bailey. This place always makes me feel strange. I seem to get chills down my spine and break out in a nervous sweat all the time. At the same time. Well, I didn't think I'd be back here soon. That's my line. Who's that? Soseki? Soseki-san?
That's my line. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Natsume. It was only 2 days ago that I was declared not guilty here. Yes, we somehow managed to prove he didn't stab Miss Green in the back.
But now this. Another morning, another murder. And here I am again in this hellhole.
I like that. Another morning, another murder. Nani kore?
Can't keep coming to court.
Oh, yeah, I just realized. Chat, I guess just remind me that remind me I made this promise with you guys that I'll continue. What was that? What's that game where you're in the asylum and you're a journalist with the picture thingy? Was it Outlast? I never continued that game for a long time. So I guess we can start a new game or something like that. I don't know. If you guys want to, because not to hurt my own feelings, but a lot of people took so much enjoyment in my fright in that game. My god. You guys are evil. But if you have another game in mind, let me know, ne? I'm taking suggestions, no problem. Spooky Mansion of Jump Scares. Oh, I know that game. I have it, I think. I'm beginning to think he's right. It really does seem as though he's cursed. Mr. Naruhodo, I'm afraid I have bad news. Oh. Mr. Natsume, good morning. Yes, morning. So, here we are again. Yes, again. Oh, this is an awkward air.
Judicial Assistant Miss Mikotoba Esquires! What's the bad news?
He just goes straight to the point. I like him. Oh dear. You heard, didn't you?
If you come in shouting at the top of your voice, people can't help hearing what you say.
Oh, I'm sorry. You've done nothing wrong, Miss Sasato. Now, what is it? It's always funnier and enjoyable when it's not you that's scared. True. Well, it seems that the prosecution in today's trial will be led by Lord Baroque. I think it's Baroque. Baroque Van Zieks. Van Zieks?
Ah! Oh no! Oh no, no, no!
Oh my god, we're gonna see him put his leg up on the table again. You know, some mods in indie horror games are interesting. Ooh! What am I interested in? I just go for anything, honestly. As long as it piques my interest, I'm okay with it.
Feel free to send it in the Discord server. I can try it out.
Yep, it's the wine dude. The so-called Reaper of the Bailey. The most legendary prosecutor in the land. In a trial 2 days ago, he pursued Soseki-san and I relentlessly. Of course, by the skin of our teeth, we managed to pull through. But still... Perhaps Mr. Natsume's acquittal in the last trial wasn't the end of the matter at all. The end of the matter. After all... Yes, I know what you're thinking. The legend of the Reaper that says... Nothing can save a person in the dock when Lord Van Zieks is the prosecutor. Oh no. Oh no. That even if that person is found not guilty, the accused will meet a mysterious end one way or another. And we've experienced it firsthand. A man we successfully defended met the most terrifying end after his acquittal, right here in the Old Bailey.
Uh-oh.
Do I have to put up with those ice-cold eyes? Boring into my soul again.
Cursed by evil spirits and now by the Reaper.
Pair of petrifying perils, potentially. Well, if it's potentially, at least you appear to have hope, Mr. Natsume. Welcome, student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. Ah, yes. I'm innocent. You have to believe me. You, more than anyone now. Don't worry. I'll be your steadfast ally. Every step of the way in this battle, I promise. And this promise to be a hard battle, I fear.
Welp. Soseki-san.
Gambari mushroom. Well... The trial is scheduled to begin shortly. We should move into the courtroom.
Let's go!
Have I played Sonic Frontiers? Not yet. I haven't tried. The last Sonic game I played was like, what, PS1 or PS2? I think that was PS2. Oh yes, I forgot to say. I'm afraid he won't be able to make it. Mr. Sholmes, I mean. That's probably for the best. Oh. If he were here, I might be tempted to rely on his help. And that could be seen as a weakness. If Lord Van Zieks were to notice, he'd prey on it mercilessly. At least that's my gut feeling. Mr. Naruhodo. You're right. Yes, you're so right. Ah, well said, locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. Well said. I swear on this sword at my side and on the spirit of Kazuma that it harbors. I'll show him what a Japanese lawyer can do and I'll set you free with honor. Oh yes! Honor! Just like Zuko. Honor! For honor! I need my honor! To regain my honor! February 22, 9:40 a.m. The Old Bailey Courtroom.
In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session.
Your Honor, I have honor. The last update has been released last Thursday, Friday, and I can recommend Frontiers. Ooh! I guess I can put it on my wish list in Steam. Hold on, because I know I'll forget. Sonic Frontier. Oh, it's like 1,995 pesos. Huh. Interesting. Do I get the deluxe or the regular version? What's in the deluxe? Holiday cheer suit, shoes, Monster Hunter collaboration pack. I guess I can just get the regular one, right? Hehe. Just the base.
It's all about the base,
Alright. I guess I'll wait for it to go on sale. Also has Big the Cat Fishing. Ooh! Cool!
I now call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed. Ho ho ho.
Oh my god, Mr. Dramatic. I miss this guy.
The prosecution is ready.
The defense is ready, my lord. Alright, I'm using the DLC. The costumes.
Readiness for the trial, my learned Nipperi's friend, is not what the defense needs. What you need is readiness for your inevitable defeat.
Thank you for the watering and the posture check. Today we have cappuccino. Cappuccino and chimken.
I'm not saying I blended coffee and chimken together, okay? I mean like, I have chicken in another plate. Man, imagine blending coffee and chicken together. I feel like that's not gonna taste good, is it? Even if the chicken's like cooked, I don't think that's safe.
Nuh-uh. No way.
It's not just in my imagination, it's really there. Lord Van Zieks has such an animosity towards us Japanese for some reason. Well, he's racist, you know? He's racist. So, I think that's an appropriate way to, like, present Van Zieks, because back then, yeah, the Western world was pretty racist towards the Asians in general. It wasn't just the Japanese. That's way worse than your sushi pizza idea. It'll remain edible, you think? It's probably edible, but I don't think chicken and coffee blended together would be delicious, nah. There's only one way to find out. Maybe if you reach 500 on YouTube, then I'll try blending roasted chicken and coffee together. Yeah. I guess? It was some time ago now that he first became known as the Reaper of the Bailey, I believe. These past few years, he hasn't appeared in court at all. Yet now he's back in the courtroom though for some reason. Only when I'm defending. This Reaper with his curious disdain for us Japanese is a prosecutor shrouded in mystery. Hello, Exmoto, welcome back. What did you miss?
Well, you missed the idea of blending chicken and coffee together and then drinking it. Yeah. What you think?
Still, this isn't the time to be pondering that. I have to concentrate on Soseki-san's trial.
Furthermore, I now call upon the 6 ladies and gentlemen of the jury. You have been chosen at random to represent the will of the people in this trial. Are you ready to fulfill your duty?
Oh my god, it's him again.
Absolutely, I had a feeling this larrikin wasn't innocent before. I must say that I feel especially ruthless on days when my hat refuses to sit right.
Oh well, I rather like how you wear your head. I think the ruthless look is very fetching actually.
I need to be somewhere at 10 o'clock. I have a very important meeting. Let's make this quick.
Oh, it's him again too, and the old man.
Couldn't agree more. I need to take home 5 bob tonight, or the missus will go through the roof.
Oh, may the Lord show us all the light here, and lead his flock to a righteous verdict. Ho, ho, ho.
You'll pass? No way. We gotta drink it all together. The Chimkin Cappuccino Shake. That will be our way of bonding. To seal the deal that we are one big happy apricot family. You hear?
The British jury system is so very different from our own, isn't it? It's quite extraordinary to think that the power of judgment is in the hands of 6 members of the public, and that the judge can only pass sentence when all jurors are in agreement about the defendant's guilt. 6 citizens of London, chosen at random, or at least that's the idea.
The prosecution would draw attention to the fact that the accused was on trial here but 2 days ago. Accordingly, where possible, the same jurors have been asked to return for duty today.
What's this, sandugoan?
Pwede.
Magsisimula na ba tayo ng isang kulto, minasan? Gusto niyo ba maging isang kulto? Do you want to become a cult? Just joking.
Very well. Let us commence the trial.
You know, one of these days I'll accidentally have a stream where I'm gonna be speaking in mostly Filipino. I can feel it. It's coming soon.
Lord Van Zeeks, your opening statement, please. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, it is not the intent of the prosecution to cast doubt over your past decisions. However, the innocent verdict afforded to this eccentric Nipponese before has had dire consequences. Did the accused repent for his wrongdoing in that affair? Far from it. Instead, he used his freedom to perpetrate a most blood-curdling crime, namely that of the attempted murder of his neighboring lodger, an innocent Englishman. to explain the circumstances of the crime. The prosecution calls its first witnesses to the stand.
I missed that. Oh my god.
The detective responsible for investigating the scene and the accused himself.
It's Greggy.
Gregson.
With his chip and chips. Chips and chips. I don't see the fish. It's imaginary.
Witnesses, your names and occupations, please.
Yes, sir.
Tobias Gregson, Detective Inspector, Scotland Yard's Homicide Division. Soseki Natsume, from the Empire of Japan. My government ordered me to come here as a student to study your language and culture. Mr. Natsume. Yes, my lord, sir. I'm quite sure I'm not mistaken that you swore an oath never to set foot in our courtroom again. I remember it as if it was yesterday. The day before yesterday, my lord, but close enough.
Believe me, this is the last place I want to be.
Inspector, let's hear from you first. Explain the case for the court.
Right you are, sir. Dun, 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 dun. The incident occurred at the Gardem household where the defendant had lodgings. In the ground floor room of the victim, Mr. William Shakespeare. The defendant has already admitted to visiting the victim on the night in question. Mr. Shakespeare collapsed in his room as a result of poisoning by... Oh my god, how do you read that? Strychnine. Oh my god, I might be saying another word in another... I don't know. Language here. What is that? It's a white or odorless bitter crystalline powder that can be taken by mouth, inhaled, or mixed in a solution and given intravenously, meaning it can be also shot into the vein. Oh. How do you pronounce this word? It's a strong poison, only a small amount is needed to produce severe effects in people. Interesting. Let's see how it's pronounced, ne? Hi. Poison.
Strychnine.
Strychnine?
Strychnine.
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 Strychnine. Okay. So it's like saying strict and then the number 9. Okay. Strychnine.
Strychnine. Strychnine. Strychnine.
Strychnine. Okay, okay. Naruhodo. He was found the following morning when the landlord, suspecting something was wrong, broke down the door. Ooh, carry that.
This means I presume that the door to the victim's room was locked at the time of the incident.
FBI landlord. Well, he is ex-military. Hi. The landlord, Mr. Gary Deb, remember, he's ex-military.
Correct, my lord. It was locked from the inside, making entry to or exit from the room impossible.
Well, the victim, Mr. Shakespeare, lives to tell the tale. He very nearly didn't. The man was halfway to heaven when we first found him. I was the first officer in the scene, my lord. And I have a photographic print here that I took at the time to show how it lit.
Yes, a chilling scene indeed. The man looks very deceased.
That's right. Everyone present believed that's exactly what he was. Wait, I mean... Maybe he really was dead, like no pulse, but then he came back. I guess the poison wasn't strong enough. Not enough dosage. Mate.
Very well, I shall accept this photographic print as evidence for the court. Now then, Mr. Natsume.
Yes, yes!
As the defendant, do you have anything to say at this juncture?
They're haunted. Haunted by evil spirit.
Good gracious, what's haunted?
My lodgings! There's been a whole series of strange happenings in my lodgings.
The tenant before me died in mysterious circumstances. A woman was stabbed by no one on the street outside. My neighbor was poisoned. And me? What about me? I've nearly been killed countless times.
Killed? Mr. Natsume? How?
Even on that fateful night it happened, when I returned from Mr. Shakespeare's room. I lit my gas stove and climbed into bed, but before long, the stove went out, and somebody tried to kill me.
You must always extinguish all fires before retiring for the night, Mr. Natsume.
But it's so cold!
My runny nose would freeze. The point is, I didn't poison my neighbor. Oh, why am I being accused of this? Why is my existence so cursed? Natsume-san is such a mood, man. He's such a mood, guys. Such a mood.
If I could raise one more point, my lord. One more conclusive point. Conclusive? Go on. Go on. Fortunately, the victim, Mr. Shakespeare, has regained consciousness after his ordeal. And he has named the true culprit. The poison consumed by the victim was administered in a cup of tea that he drank on the night in question. Tea, my lord, that was brought to the victim's room by the accused. The accused? Good grief! Order! Order!
Yes, that's the crux of this whole case. If Soseki-san is innocent, then why? Why has the victim accused him?
なになに私はそれをしていた。サンタクロース。なになに
私はそういうそれをしていた。Are you trying to say you know that? You know that Santa Claus?
Well, Mr. Natsume, what have you say to this accusation?
That evening, yes. I did take some freshly brewed tea with me when I visited Mr. Shakespeare's room as a gift. The public water pump outside always freezes at night, so I bought bottled water especially to make it. And this is the result. Never will I touch tea ever again. Never. The judge is Santa Claus? Oh, hell yeah. When he's not delivering presents, he's delivering sentences. The public pump was frozen, you say? That's not information we've heard before.
That will do, thank you. Now, according to our laws, the defense must have the opportunity to cross-examine witnesses at least once. Therefore, I call upon these witnesses now for a formal testimony. I presume the prosecutor has no objections? None whatsoever, my lord.
Yeah, poison tea. Wait a minute, Soseki's wearing the geta? Runny nose is not a surprise anymore. Yeah, he's wearing geta, the wooden shoes, slippers.
Good. Then you will give your account of events on the night in question to the court now.
Yes! My lord!
Yes, my lord. I shall speak to you and to everyone under your will.
The catastrophic night.
It was around 9 o'clock that evening when I visited my neighbor, and I took some tea with me as a gift. We had a heated literary debate over a nice hot drink, after which I went back to my room at around 11.
My tea was completely harmless. He couldn't have locked the door behind me otherwise, could he?
Oh no, it's a thing again. Oh no, go back. Going. How do I look at history? T. Strychnine, right? Strychnine. That's how we pronounce it, right? Strychnine. Oof. Merriam-Webster, I need your help. I forgot. To. Strychnine. All right. Okay, so I guess that's correct. Strychnine.
Strychnine.
Okay.
Strychnine.
Takes some time to have an effect on the body. People don't keel over immediately after taking it. The victim would have been perfectly able to lock the door after his guest left. The argument still stands.
Yes, I see. It all seems relatively straightforward.
Excuse me, but that testimony does raise one rather crucial point, I think. Mr. Natsume claims his tea to have been harmless. Presumably, though, the teacups have been examined for traces of the poison, haven't they?
Why didn't I think of that?
Well, as it happens, no. We haven't been able to. What? They haven't tested the teacups?
Welcome home, my lord. Would you like dinner, bath, or...
These nuts?
Did I hear you correctly, Inspector? Scotland Yard has failed to examine the suspect substance.
How could you have overlooked something so important? Isn't that the first thing you should have done?
My then Nipponese friend is falsely incensed. The inspector said Scotland Yard was unable to examine the tea, not that it was overlooked.
Snowballs? Oh my god, snowballs with carrots? Oh god. Unable, why? It's simple enough. There was no leaf, not a drop. Someone must have been very thirsty indeed.
With current scientific techniques, it's not possible to test for poison under such circumstances.
We only need a drop, but that one drop does actually have to exist, funnily enough. Hey, I just realized it's going to be November next month.
You know what that means? You gotta be careful with these nuts.
Oh god, e-girl arc. We're gonna enter an e-girl arc on November. I think. That is what I plan. Hi. E-girl arc. Here we go.
Suffer.
The lack of examination notwithstanding, it appears nothing other than the tea passed the victim's lips on the night in question.
What's with the wee-woo wee-woo? There's nothing you can do.
I see. Thank you. The matter is clear. Cast your eyes over the jury, my learned friend.
What?
You can see it in their faces, I'm sure. The recognition of the accused's guilt. Your client's fate is all but sealed. In mere moments from now, you will lose, and your compatriot will be damned for all eternity.
We need to save fans before it's too late. Oh, gads. Maybe I should have a poll. Do you want like hyper realistic 3D model, or do you want like I cannot do a PNG. I cannot do a live 2D model by like within a month. So we can do a interactive PNG. Yeah. So what do you guys want? Interactive PNG or a hyper-realistic 3D model? He's right. I can feel all 6 of the jurors looking daggers at me. Whew. But I can't let them beat me down. I won't. Oh, don't worry, Nishimiya-san. The police will still be there, but they will be helpless.
Counsel for the defense, proceed with your cross-examination. Ho ho ho.
Yes, my lord. All Anzus? No, no, no. You cannot be greedy. You gotta choose one. You can only have one, eh? Okay, time the cross-examination. Pam 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 pam. Pam 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 pam. Anzu pandemic epidemic. Hehe. Well, can't be that bad. Were you and your neighbor good friends then? Were we? No, we weren't friends. Not at all. Not at all. Never, ever. A simple no would have sufficed. The animation still does the armband thing, but he doesn't have one on this costume. The world was invaded by Anzu army? Well, probably the gremlin Anzu has been doing the invasion. Silently, without notice. Then, why did you decide to pay him a visit? Mr. Shamsphere fancies himself as having great literary knowledge. As a fellow scholar of English literature, we find much to talk about together.
Come now. No Nipponese could understand the finer points of English literature.
And on the night in question, that was the topic of conversation as well, I presume. It was the day of my last trial when I was acquitted. I just arrived back at my lodgings. When I ran into Mr. Shamsphere outside on the street, that was at around 6 o'clock. We exchanged 1 or 2 pleasantries, but it soon turned into a heated discussion. He was on his way out at the time, though. So I promised to visit his room that evening at 9 to continue our debate. But did I have ill intentions? No! Not 1, not 2, not any! Not at all! Zenzen arimasen! Never, ever! Wow, be careful. If you surrender, you might be handcuffed down on the floor or somewhere. By Onesa. A simple no would have sufficed, I feel.
Then tell the court what did happen when you visited the victim's room.
When I visited, there was this great wall looking at me. Just joking. We had a heated literary debate. Alright, press. A literary debate about Shakespeare's works, I think you said, didn't you?
Shakespeare? Oh, a very worthy topic of conversation, I must say.
Oh yes, my lord.
Romeo and Juliet, who was stronger?
It was a profoundly pleasurable parley.
Romeo and Juliet? Romeo to Juliet か。どっち... who was stronger?
Who was stronger? Yes.
ロミオと ジュリエットか、ジュリエットでは、
Is it Dewa? Can't remember.
どっちが強くだね。
The power of Anzu and Him is my weakness.
Well, we can develop more weaknesses over time. Why do you keep threatening them with a good time?
Because a good time is a more powerful weapon than a bad time, in my opinion. One can die of joy, after all, and imagine all that happiness just exploding, or the frustration of not being able to express how happy you are. Isn't that a much more amusing thing to watch than one that is writhing in pain, that only limits itself to physical pain, while the psychological pain is not as big, in my opinion, as one becomes mentally fortitude enough to surpass it at some point.
Besides, when you're broken in pain in a negative kind, then I won't be able to take as much through, can I? That would be such a waste, ne? A waste of more bonding time, after all. Don't you think?
I know I'm going to regret asking this, but how did the debate go? Well, we both agreed that we would reach a conclusion more quickly with a reenactment. So we battled it out in a Greco-Roman style, naturally.
What?
Mr. Shamspeare had all sorts of costumes in his room for just such a contest. Oh, sorry. So when you say a reenactment, you mean you were actually in costume?
He as Romeo and I as Juliet, and after a vigorous wild tussle,
I, as Juliet, came out on top. A victory I'll cherish forever. The wording in that was a little sus.
I dare not imagine the terrible scene of carnage. The fact remains that it was you who prepared the tea and took it to the victim, correct?
You are writing the art of war for looting your own character's law.
It is a skill, and one cannot do it without the mental fortitude. Huh?
I boiled the water in my room and made a pot to take with me. I'd heard that he was so poor to have tea himself. He was too poor to have tea himself, you see. Oh, you meant that to Soseki-san. Hi, hi, hi. It's true, there was no sign of any tea leaves in the man's room. I wanted to do something nice, to be friendly.
So why is everyone looking at me with such suspicion? My tea was harmless. Of course it was.
Alright.
My tea is harmless.
And do you have any basis for that statement, witness?
Well, he did drink it too, you know.
Matta!
Yes, there was not a drop of tea left in the victim's room anywhere, was there?
That's correct. Anyone would think the fellow had never had a pot of tea before. He must have licked it dry. Which is a pity, because one drop is all we would have needed to analyze it for poison.
And you say that you returned home to your room at 11 o'clock, Mr. Natsume.
Yes, definitely. By heaven and earth, I swear it.
The landlord was able to verify that as it happens. He confirmed that the defendant went back to his room at 11 last night. 11 that night.
And how is the landlord able to attest to this?
He said it was the lambs, I believe.
Lamb. The lamps, Inspector. Lamp. When tenants return to their rooms and start using gas, the lamps in other parts of the house flicker.
Yes, Mr. Garideb seems to pay a lot of attention to the comings and goings of his tenants. There's only one key to Mr. Shamspeare's room. I know that for certain. So he must have locked the door himself from inside his room. The victim has confirmed that to be the case, yes? So I'm right! My tea was harmless, completely harmless. If you take poison, you die! Everyone knows that. It's not that simple, I'm afraid. Huh? What do you mean?
Well,
Strychnine.
Takes some time to have an effect on the body. People don't keel over immediately after taking it. Oops. There we go. How long does it take for symptoms to appear then? According to the coroner I was speaking to at the yard, about 30 minutes after the poison is consumed. Then the victim suffers violent convulsions, cramping, and stiffness, and eventually dies from asphyxiation. So there's a 30-minute interval between when the poison is ingested and the onset of the symptoms. There seems to be a lot of different types of poison in this world, that's for sure. Oh dear, death by poisoning again. It's always so awful. Yep, I gave up on pronouncing the word.
30 minutes is a long time. Certainly long enough for the victim to have locked the door behind the accused after he left.
You can't deny that. And it further degrades Soseki-san's alibi. I have the medical report from the doctor who examined the victim here, my lord. It spells it out really. The accused is the only person who could have done it.
Very well. The court would add this report to the court record as evidence.
ba-da-da-da.
Oh yes, I see it here. Delayed onset of symptoms. Great. Oh no.
Mata.
待ってね。
The argument still stands, you say. This is what Mr. Natsume has been saying, isn't it? The pair of them drank tea together that night, so if there was poison in it, the victim would have been able to lock the door after the accused left later on.
Exactly! Ah! Me and my tea are innocent! Sweet and innocent, I tell you.
I'm afraid, sir, that doesn't follow. You see... Oh great, the word again. You see,
Strychnine.
it's a slow-acting poison. In other words, it takes time for symptoms to appear. So you could have left the room up to 30 minutes after the victim drank their tea. As long as you did that, Mr. Shakespeare could have locked the door after he'd gone. Damn, this is not helping us at all.
But no! We drank the tea straight away. The battle over whether Romeo or Juliet was stronger. That came after the tea.
Do you have any evidence to support that statement?
ってこと？
This was Google Translate.
ドットドットドットドットドットドットドットドットドットドット。
In my great homeland, the Empire of Japan, we have a saying.
Drink tea while it's hot.
Of course. Sure, a proverb will satisfy the prosecution. Right.
I'm afraid there's no conclusive proof to support the defendant's assertion. On the contrary, there are sufficient grounds to infer his guilt in this manner.
No. That's the extent of his testimony, is it? If I could voice a personal opinion, Mr. Naruhodo? Of course, go ahead. Mr. Natsume is arguing for his innocence so adamantly and so persistently. Yet Inspector Gregson just brushes what he says aside. It's really quite infuriating. I agree. So we need to find an inconsistency in what the inspector is saying, I think. I'm afraid so. As things stand, the jurors are sure to find Mr. Natsume guilty. As I see it, what we need to focus on is the poison in the tea. Listen carefully to this testimony again. Alright,
Yeah.
let's do it. Okay. Let's try to take a look at the cups. So there's no indentation, nothing left. Well, the colors are different, aren't they? One is green, one is purple. This is the teacup from which Mr. Natsume was drinking. Yes, unlike the other one, the inside of this cup is completely clean. I suppose he must have drunk the contents before the tea had a chance to leave a mark. I always gulp it down too. Sorry, Mr. Naruhodo? Well, if you just sip it little by little, it gets cold. Clearly I shall have to instruct you in the proper way to take tea. Damn, he just gobbles it up? But that's hot. Okay, so small quantity ingested, he lives. What else? No container for the poison was found. What else? Around 1:30 a.m. Madman. Yeah. Okay. Oh, was this puddle there before? So we need to concentrate on Greggy. So it's the last two statements.
Strychnine.
Strychnine. Oops, sorry. Ah, I pressed by accident. God damn. Okay, hold on. I pressed it by accident. So let's just skip this one. I finally got a new mouse, by the way. That's why I'm not really sure what I'm pressing. I haven't calibrated it yet. Oh. So thank you very much, Apricots, for the support you give me over at Twitch. It has funded a new mouse. A very nice mouse. Nothing super special. But it's a good mouse. Hi. Alright, okay, so let's just skip this part. Gregson says something about the poison itself, right? What could it be? Ah, skip. Okay, there we go.
Strychnine.
Takes some time to have an effect on the body. People don't keel over immediately after taking it. Okay, that is correct though. There's no tea ring on the inside of Mr. Natsume's cup. The victim could be said to be having poison. Victim's medical report. Okay, a wild guess. I mean, if they drank the tea immediately, then... Oh, wait! This one has a ring. This must be the cup that Mr. Shamsphere was drinking from then. It's stained on the inside. Tea does that, I'm afraid. Even green tea. Oh, really? I've never noticed before. You've never noticed? Well, I never leave it in the cup long enough to leave a mark. I like to gulp it down. Drink tea while it's hot. That's a Japanese way, isn't it? Oh dear. So many people seem to have the wrong idea about our culture, and most of them are Japanese. Okay, so if this one doesn't have a marking, the person would have drank it immediately or threw it away. There is no tea ring on the inside of Mr. Natsume's cup. Then that would mean it proves that he drank it straight away. The victim would have been perfectly able to lock the door after his guests left. The argument still stands. Let me try presenting the cups on this one. What's the key? I can't see. Oh, it's a letter E. My webcam is like blocking it. Going. Okay, let's try. Wait, did I go back? Oh no. I feel like I didn't go back to the previous statement. Oh, no. Mistakening. My life.
Alive!
Oh wait, no, we were on that one.
何かな?
So if it's not the cups, what would it? Is there something I'm missing in the evidence? Poison as well as toxin effect percent 30 minutes after ingestion. Poisoning occurred around 1:30 a.m. Assessed from the victim's pocket. Pocket watch that appears unbroken when the man collapsed after the lane. No poison was found at the scene. Would that mean the ring is the thingy mabab? Because if it has a ring, they would have tested that, right? The time? Yeah, I know it has something to do with the time. Maybe the medical report itself? It's not. No. No. Damn, I lost. I lost my lives right in the get-go. Nani kore? The victim would have been perfectly able to lock the door after him. Could it have been... Around 1:30 a.m. Yeah, it has something to do with the time, but the only evidence that has time expression on it is like the medical report. Is it this one? Oh, it is! I was just presenting on the wrong statement. The argument still stands, you say? I think not, Inspector. Komugen? I think you'll find that you've overlooked a very significant chronological inconsistency here. Oh, there we go. A chrono war? What are you talking about? According to this report, the victim must have consumed the poison at around 1:30 in the morning. And yet, yeah, there you go. The defendant, Mr. Natsume, left the victim's room at 11. Yes, that's right. There's more than 2 hours of missing time here. Gregson. In other words, if there was poison in the tea that Mr. Natsume brought to the victim's room, how could the victim have fallen ill to it 2.5 full hours after the defendant left? Why are they both reacting? Nani?
The defense's argument is entirely reasonable. How do you respond, Lord Van Zix?
Oh, there his wine glass. Oh, so calm. Nani-kore? I don't like it when he's calm. That means he knows what to say. Nani-kore?
Pray forgive the discourtesy if my mind has wandered. I was considering what cuisine would best complement the contents of my hallowed chalice this luncheon. How could it happen, you ask? I do hate to shatter illusions, but my Nipponese friend appears to be chasing a phantom idea.
A phantom?
Is it so hard to imagine that the victim drank his tea after the accused left? For example, at the time stated in the medical report. Yes, at around 1:30.
Mr. Natsume brought the tea with him to drink together with his neighbor. And in Japan, there's a well-known saying, drink tea while it's hot. Oh, I guess that is one thing the British and the Japanese share. They like tea.
And in my country, there's an even more apt saying. There is nothing more refreshing than cold tea.
Oh. The point is, if there was such a long gap, there may be other ways to explain how the victim came to be poisoned. Other possibilities.
What sort of possibilities, Counsel? Ho ho.
He's not sure. He's not sure. Oh no. Well, for example, the man could have had another visitor.
Another visitor? That's a very bold assertion, my learned friend, from someone who has nothing to substantiate it.
Or the victim could have taken the poison of his own volition.
You suggest this may have been a Suikun, Counsel?
Igari.
Mr. Shamspeare has categorically denied Suikun. The idea cannot be, must be discontinued.
He could be lying. What a comeback. He's speechless. He's speechless at my geniusness.
Is something wrong, Lord Van Zix? I was listening to the sound of the carriage pulling up outside the courtroom. Pray forgive the discourtesy.
Carriage? What carriage?
It would seem that the key player in this case has just arrived.
Huh? What? Imagine not being genius. Oh, I don't need to imagine. I'm not genius. I would know. Who's this person? I like how Soseki-san looked at the back. Out, brief. Wait, is that Shamspear himself? Out, brief candle. Life's but a walking shadow. A poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Who, sir, are you? William Shakespeare, my lord. Alas, 'twas I, undone by these bitter events. I am the victim. I feel like you would have a higher toned voice though. Something like those stereotypical fancy schmancy dudes in old cartoons. Hold on. A poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. William Shakespeare, my lord. Alas, 'twas I, undone by these bitter events. I am the victim. Something like that. I don't know. I can't do it exactly, but that's what I imagine. What's he doing here? The prosecution seeks to call this gentleman to the stand. With his testimony, my learned friend's futile resistance will be utterly crushed. You're calling him as a witness? Very well, counsel. I grant your request with interest. I'm curious to discover what the court shall hear from the victim himself. Happy am I, Shakespeare, to regale thee with my tale of woe, my lord. What? I still have my own tale to tell. My own tale of worst woe. Oh no, I sound like Crash Bandicoot. Whoa! Whoa! I can regale the court with a tale of my perfect innocence in perfect English. That will do, Mr. Natsume. Let the court now hear from the victim.
Oh no, le victima.
Oh, the dude. What's he doing here? Alright. So that's Mr. Shakespeare. But who's the other man beside him? Yes, I feel sure that we've caught a glimpse of that man before. State your names and occupations for the court, please, witnesses. A writer of words so sweet, they do scent the breeze. An inventor of ideas so profound, they compose the earth with ease. The unrivaled poet, the unmatched scribe, William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare. What a great bard to be recalled to life anew. Lo, what a magnificent man. Good fellows, I am he who ponders such a miracle. William Shakespeare. The name's Metterman. Adron B. Metterman. Adron B. Metterman. I work for the Altamont Gas Company, East End Branch Office. Ah, I remember now. It was yesterday on Briar Road. Oh yes, she's right. It's him. Yeah, he's a drone. So yeah, he was the dude with the bag that I thought was beehive butt. The bee butt. He just went and skamoosh, he skid. He bounced the moment we noticed him. There we go, yeah. He runs away. Shazam! Yes, we spotted him outside Mr. Gardeb's house that morning. And he's a gas company employee? What does he have to do with this case? So, Mr. William Shakespeare, you are the victim in this miserable affair, correct? Oh heaven, oh hell! Do you command me to remember? That sweet poison that didst cross me and cross mine innocent lips. I subpoenaed him for the trial, with his doctor's permission, naturally. Hearing the testimony of the aggrieved will remove any room for doubt from the jurors' minds, I'm sure. Behold, you have only to rearrange the letters of my name to see that B's a seraph, an angel indeed. Thus be I noble of mind, sweet of nature, and verily honest of heart, as all heavenly angels be. Because there isn't a less contrived meaning in your name. No, 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 not at all. Ugh. Oh, thank you for the warning. The jurors seem to be very moved by this man, I'm afraid. They're actually taking the seraph anagram idea seriously? Thank you, witness, for your illuminating introduction. But my lord, what's the man next to Mr. Shamspeare doing here? The gas man, I mean. Hey, what, me? Well, no. Allow me to enlighten my learned friend. You recall, I presume, your earlier impertinence? When you suggested that the victim had another visitor to his room on the night in question. And moreover, that the victim is a compulsive liar. What? No, I didn't quite say that. This young chin stroker is here to convert your wild claims conclusively. Is that not so, Mr. Meterman? Oh, hang on, no, I'm just here. Make up your mind, dude. I hereby call for your formal testimonies. You will tell the court as lucidly as possible what happened on the night in question. One may smile and be a villain. Yes, it doth pain me, but let the truth be spoken. The truth of that wintry night of my discontent. The wintry night of my discontent. The snow lay about, my neighbour did cometh in the evening, bearing a gift of tea. But marry, bitter was his drink, and when he left I did fall prostrate on my table. 'Twas the tea alone did pass my lips that late hour, not else. I was outside this bloke's window in the freezing cold all night, keeping an eye on his room. No one else visited his room but that short little brown-backed Eastern fella,
Eastern Pella.
Wait, what did you say? You were keeping an eye on Mr. Shamsphere's room all night? Yeah, that's right. Of course, the bloke's window is all but blocked up, isn't it? But there's a little gap in the bricks where you can see into the room. So I spent the night trying to keep my teeth from chattering as I peered in through there. Ah, probably that gap is the one with the soap bar.
The question is, why?
Well, now, that's because he's on my list.
What a piece of work is a man! Wherefore wouldst thou not stare in wonderment?
What are you talking about?
This buzzing busybody has not part in this play. I pray thee, pay him no heed. Make no more ado about his tedious works.
Sorry, I had to drink. Oh gods.
What you say about me?
Begs for a brick.
Calm yourself. This court is concerned with what happened on the night in question. Nothing more.
Okay, I'm going to talk normally because it's wearing out my voice too fast. So, sorry guys. Gonna tone down the voice acting, even though it sucks anyway. So I'm sorry for those who are playing this at like the background. You wouldn't know who's talking, ne? Indeed, that is so. And as the testimony we have just heard clearly reveals, there was no one other than the accused present at the time who could have carried out this crime.
Huh.
Damn, they're talking already. Well, I believe this may be the final testimony of the trial. Now, counsel, the defense may proceed with the cross-examination. Yes, my lord.
Yes, my lord, my lady, my larry.
Time to press every little thing this dude says. To be clear, by neighbor, you are referring to the defendant, Mr. Natsume. Oh, indeed, sire. Perchance thou wouldst that I call him the man from upstairs? Oh god, he's talking that way.
Oh, indeed, sire. Perchance thou wouldst that I call him the man from upstairs.
And at what time did the mustache... Huh? Yeah, that's mustached, right? And at what time did the mustached Nipponese visit you in your room?
Our meeting was promised for the hour of 9, and lo, did he come to tender a gift of fragrant tea.
Details which are in accordance with the defendant's testimony, yes.
And we were brought in such a literary debate as history hath not seen before.
By which I presume he means their discussion about who was stronger, Romeo or Juliet.
I, Shamsphere, did play the part of young Romeo, whilst my neighbor played the fair Juliet. Each of us dressed as would our characters be to bring weight upon our merry experiment.
Van Zeek speaks nonsense English?
Nani?
Mustachioed. I guess it's not really a word, I don't know. Maybe it is a word, I'm not exactly sure.
I dare not imagine the scene. Frailty, thy name is woman. Canst thou imagine how dismayed I was? Yes, I had heard of the Eastern art of Jiu-Jitsu, but... Neither did I dream it would be a skill practiced by the comely maiden.
Juliet beat Romeo up? This is not helping our case. Why did that sound like Susato-san? The girl... and then martial arts? I believe the court has heard enough about your earth-shattering literary debate. Perhaps you could reiterate your statement about the tea that the accused brought to your room.
My liege, I am thy servant. Gladly I would do thy bidding.
Okay, so press.
Matcha.
Let me stop you there. Mr. Natsume left your room at 11 o'clock, but it wasn't until after 2 that the poison made you collapse. The amounts to more than 3 hours of missing time. If the defendant had really put the poison into your tea, that 3-hour window of time is something you're going to have to explain.
Gladly. It is an easy task.
What?
I did drink of the tea not while my guest didn't tarry, but after he took the leave of me. Faith was stone cold, but 1 hour post midnight, verily were my lips parched.
That doesn't sound normal.
Nay, 'tis quite ordinary, sire, after all. Thou wouldst recall our fiery debate. Amidst such argument, there'd be no time for fiery tea.
Romeo and Juliet again.
Huh?
Mr. Shamsphere, in summary, allow me to confirm. Did you not come here with the intention of naming your attacker?
But of course, my liege. Why does he speak that way, pinch to head? Well, I think it's their attempt to replicate the Old English. If anyone ever tries to maybe read William Shakespeare in original Old English, it's quite different. Old English is very different, I would say. Some are the same, it was carried over, but a lot of it is quite new, especially the vocabulary, man. 'Twas the stupid lover of words did attempt to shuffle me off this mortal coil.
Ah, we all know what that means.
The tea. So you didn't have any kind of evening meal? Dinner? Supper? I mean supper. Why did I think of supper? Nani? Ha! Fie on luxury, fie on gluttony. To eat thrice daily is but a waste of time. Sorry? I would that my belly were full no more oft than the sun doth rise. Well, most heroic eating habits, I must say. Night and day do I fill my hours with the learned study of the great bard and playwright. Hence, is it that there doth not in my chamber be than the costumes of mine art. It's giving you aneurysms, lol. Yeah, Old English is kind of weird, different. That would appear to be the case, as even a rodent was found starved to death in your room. Ooh. Must be Master Splinter. Now I think of it, it's not just food that was conspicuously missing from that room, is it? I don't recall seeing a single player script anywhere. For I have devoured them all. What? You've eaten them? Every word be within my skull, didst thou imagine otherwise? Right, That wasn't misleading at all. Now, could you turn around, do you think? Which brings us to the conclusion that the only way the poison could have passed the victim's lips is in the key. Huh? I was outside this bloke's window in the freezing cold all night, keeping an eye on his room. But the windows of that house have all been filled in. A historic artifact of the now-defunct window tax. Yeah, you're right there. All bricked up horribly. But, as it happens, there's a little part of the brickwork at the bottom corner that hasn't opened up. I was looking in through the gap. Yes, there were a few bricks loose, weren't there? And for some strange reason, a couple of bars of soap lined up at the edge outside as well. I don't like going around poking my chin in other people's business, especially on freezing cold nights. But then it's my orders. So that's what I'll keep doing. As long as there's breath in my body. Oh. What's with all the theatricals today? Ah, the delivery guy does look like a bee. If you notice his scarf at the neck, it looks like the wings of a bee. Out of interest, Mr. Meterman, after the accused had left and returned to his own lodgings, did you see the victim leave the room at all? No, he never left. He was in that room the whole time as far as I'm concerned. Like this part is the wings of the bee, and then the color and brown motif. Why didn't I see that before? His bag has it, obviously. And we can therefore discount the possibility of suicide. Huh? How can you be sure of that? The police carried out a thorough investigation of the scene and found no receptacle for the poison. And since we know the victim didn't leave his room, and hence didn't dispose the poison container himself, it's clear that this was no attempted suicide. Only the culprit could have removed the receptacle. Yes, lucidly explained, counsel. Thank you. It really was. You can't argue with the logic. No one else visited his room but that short little round-backed Eastern fella. Fellawella. You say a short little round-backed Eastern fella, so you can't be sure it was the defendant then. How many other short little round-backed Nipponese with a mustache do you think there are in London? He has a good point. Well, of course, it's only a narrow gap and it was quite dark, so I didn't notice the mustache. But it showed up at around 9, so I'm pretty sure of myself. And when the person you saw arrived, did he and Mr. Shakespeare drink tea together? Shamespeare. Nah, sorry. I couldn't say. Why not? Because I couldn't see into the room all that well, can't I? But what I did see was the silhouette of that little round-backed fellow wearing a pretty dress. Then the pair of them started some kind of wrestling match, I tell you. I didn't know what to make of it. Huh? I suppose that was the Romeo and Juliet championship battle getting underway. Mr. Meterman, allow me to confirm one final time. Apart from the accursed, you can state with certainty that no one else visited the victim on the night in question. No question. Gasman's honor. Eh?
My lord!
Oh no, are they going to decide already on the verdict? Goodness me, yes, Mr. Foreman. I've kept my mouth shut and listened up to now, but this has gone on long enough. Are you all with me? Oh gods, they really are going to. Hi. Eh, nani kore? Oh no guys, I'm deaf. I can't hear anything at all. I think my headphones are giving up on me. Are we to understand that you ladies and gentlemen of the jury are in agreement with one another? Oh there, the music came back. The sounds. That you reach a unanimous decision? Too right we have. Are you all with me? Yes! I'm wrong! Wait, no, the defense is in the middle of a cross-examination. To be honest, I was holding out a bit of hope for you, young man. Especially after you identified those few hours that followed the accused leaving the victim's room. Yes, the 3 missing hours as you put it. But in the end, what difference do they make? None as far as I can see. And since that's now apparent, there's really no reason to delay our decisions any longer. Like I was saying before, if I don't take Live Bob home with me tonight, the missus will blow her top.
What's that? Sorry, I don't quite catch what you said.
Very well. Let the court be appraised of your decisions. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will state your leanings as to the defendant's culpability. Oh, let's put a voice acting in that one. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will state your leanings as to the defendant's culpability. No.
Yuzai!
Oh god.
Yuzai.
Yuzai.
Yuzai!
Yuzai.
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 Yuzai!
Yuzai.
Yuzai!
Yuzai. All of you? Well, it would appear that the jury is indeed unanimous. Oh, he's drinking again. So this time at least it seems justice will be done. All's well that ends well, as they say. Yay, we win! What? No! This calls for a toast, I feel. To the guilty being punished. Ah! Get up, Mr. Naruhodo, please. The trial isn't over yet. What do you mean, Mr. Sato? What about the information I found in this encyclopedia of British law I have? The obscure right that belongs to the defense in these situations, remember? A submission examination. Yes, that's right. We don't have a jury in Japanese courts, of course. But here in British Court of Law, if we can reverse the decisions of a majority of the jurors, we can force the trial to continue. This trial can't end now. Whatever it takes, I just can't let that happen. The defense moves to invoke its right to a summation examination, my lord. Why am I not surprised at my learned Nipponese friend's inability to admit defeat? Oh, you're one to talk. You choose to cling desperately to some archaic rule you barely comprehend instead of accepting the truth. Certainly, no other defense counsel in recent times has exercised the right to a summation examination. Because they all know that once the jury's mind is set, it cannot be altered. Nevertheless, the right remains and must be upheld. The Defense Counsel's request is granted. This court will proceed with a summation examination as outlined in the Encyclopedia of British Law. Thank you, my lord. Are you and your fellows prepared, Mr. Foreman? Believe me, my lord, I know all about this young lad's tenacity. And we're ready for it. Or are they? Very well. In that case, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I hereby call upon each of you to state the grounds upon which you find the defendant guilty of the crime for which he stands accused. Okay, hold on. What time is it, chat? Alright. So it's already past 12 o'clock in the morning here. And according to OBS, we've already been live for 2 hours and about 26 minutes. So I think I mentioned this before, that I will... Am I back? Oh no, am I back? Oh, okay, we're back. All right. Very for 1,000 more hours. Actually, it's very weird. I don't know what happened to the internet. Maybe it started raining. I cannot hear it sometimes from my room. Because yeah, we've been having storms in the Philippines when it's like the last few months of the year. Usually it's like the season of storms. Anyway, I was about to say that we will be ending the stream here because I limit my streams for now for until 3 hours, because around 2 to 2.5 hours I kind of get tired, especially the voice, because of my work. For those who don't know, IRL, I'm a Nihongo teacher. So I teach Japanese language to students. So I always talk. So the summation examination portion is usually long. So I think this would be a good part to like cut the stream, ne? Hi. I'm so sorry if like we get to cut the game more often than the first time that we played. Yeah, I just don't want to lose my voice. Yeah. ごめんね、皆さん. So sorry, everyone. I just don't want to lose my voice. I still want to be able to talk to you guys. Alright. So thank you very much for passing by or staying in my stream for tonight. If you would like to give me some support, please punch that like button, and then 何かな? And then what else can we do? And poke that subscribe button and the notification bell so you'll know if I am live. Sometimes I do go live out of nowhere. If I suddenly find myself free, feel free to follow me as well in Twitch. And then the package is more comfy if it has bubble wrap. That's not environment friendly. Besides, it's not a fragile item, so doesn't need it. What else? Feel free to follow me in Twitch as well. I also stream there out of nowhere most of the time. 何かな? My next stream will be on oh no, I don't remember my own schedule. October 4, I'll be over at Twitch to continue Blasphemous 2 at 9 p.m. GMT plus 8. I'll also be back in Twitch on October 7, that is Saturday, at 9 p.m. GMT plus 8 for an art stream. So feel free to chill out with me while I draw some random thing. And then on October 8th, that's this incoming Sunday, I'll be back here on YouTube for the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, ne? Hi. I guess I really should just stop trying to voice act the whole game because it's ruining my voice. So starting the next stream for this one, I'll just be reading the dialogues regularly then. Though I'm gonna miss it. It's just fun to be a little enthusiastic while reading. But my voice is giving up on it. I don't wanna die.
Alright. So, Otsu and Anzu, thank you very much, ne? Always happy to see and hang out with everyone. I miss you guys whenever I'm not on stream.
You should have more people to voice act the rest of the characters, lol. I wish. None of my family members can do such a thing. Well, my dad's quite animated, but I don't think he'll be willing to to sit through like a 2-hour long stream.
You know, old people. Hi.
All right. So let's do our outro together. If you know it, say it with me. If you don't, listen well so we can do it together next time. All right. Okay. And as always, I'll see you in the next package delivery. Bye bye.
Hi. Igiari. Igiari. Objection. Objection. Igiari. Igiari. Objection. Objection. Igiawi. Igiawi. Objection. Objection. Igiawi. Igiawi. Objection. Objection. Igiawi. Igiawi. Objection. Objection. Igiawa. Hanimanya. Objection. Objection. Igiari. Igiari. Objection. Objection. Igiari.